Hi everybody, Michael Britt here, and I wanted to give you a couple of tips on how you can integrate the better parts of Twitter with iLearn. Now, Twitter did start out being of dubious value, people talking about what they had for lunch. But it has matured, and as you may have heard, people are now sharing lots of important information as it happens. So suppose you want to get your students into that, you'd like to see them dig into what's happening in a current event. Okay, so how do you do that? Because if you just go into Twitter and put in some term, you will get a stream of tweets that are of questionable value. So let me just show you that. So if you are, in this case, I'm using a little Twitter tool called Tweetbot. So recently, of course, we had the attacks in Paris. So if you go in here and you just type in Paris and a search term, you will come up with all kinds of, as I mentioned, questionable value tweets. Okay, so but you know there are some good tweets in here. How do you get to them? All right, so let's get out of here. Let's go to a web page, and that being search.twitter.com. Okay, we're going to go in here. Now this is a lot like Google. You sort of, well, what do I put in here? Now you could put Paris in there, but of course you'll get people tweeting about what they had for lunch at Paris or something along those lines. So here's a better way. Let's go over to another tool, which is really pretty cool. Okay, so how do you find out what hashtags people are using when an event occurs? So whether it be the Paris attacks or other kinds of events, is it just Paris? Probably not. So you go into a tool like this. This is a pretty neat free tool. It's called Hashtagify Me. And you put in a term that you think might be the one that people are using when they tweet about this event that's happening. So let's just put into the search field, we'll just put in Paris. And I'll hit enter. And what I get is this very interesting little moving concept map here, if you will. And now I can see what are the ones that people are using. And this looks like a good one over here. I can investigate some of the others, but Paris attacks makes sense. And if I click on that, it'll show me some others that are related to this. But it looks like Paris attacks will work. Okay, so how do I use that? Let's go back to the search page for Twitter. Okay, now I've got the empty field here. I'm going to put Paris attacks in there. The hashtag that I've learned everybody is using. Okay, so now I've narrowed it down to something more relevant to what I'm looking at or want my students to look at. Okay, but now I really want just the most important tweets. I still don't want everybody's tweets, no matter how relevant. Okay, go over to more options and click on that, and then come down to the embed this search, which is going to do two things for us. It's going to allow us to embed it in iLearn. And when we come right over here, under options, we have only show top tweets. And so I'm going to make sure that I click on that. Okay, now I'm getting the better quality. These are tweets from reliable sources or tweets that have been retweeted. Okay, this is good stuff. This is what I want my students to take a look at. Okay, now how do I get them here from iLearn? Well, just come down here to the Create widget and click on that. Okay, and now you've got this code in here that you can use. This is embed code. So I'm just going to select all of it and copy it. Now I go back to iLearn. So I'll go into the lessons new. I'm going to add content, and I'm going to do the embed content on page. Okay, and right down here it says, or add a URL or embed code. That's where I want to do the pasting from that code that I just got from Twitter. And I'll click on save. And it recognizes that this is tweets about Paris attacks. Click on save. Okay, so what I get is a link. Let me go over, and I'm going to go to the student role so we can see what students are going to see. Now they will see a link like this. Now when they click on that link, it'll bring them to the top tweets on the topic that is most relevant for them on Paris attacks. Okay, so that's how they can start now digging in, and they have some options. They can look at photos and news and things like that, but they can look at the better tweets and not all of them. Okay, hope you found this useful. Take care.